Hi, my name is Jessica Campbell. I am the mother of two precious boys, Isaac, who is 11, and Jude, who is 4. Both have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, as well as ADHD and a number of other diagnoses. You have to forgive me, it's hard to think. I've just endured another meltdown, which is a commonplace in my life and in my home. And this time I decided that I would share what I experience in hopes that maybe you can do something to help. So I would like to issue you a challenge to spend the next 10 minutes and 22 seconds in my world. Jude Campbell, APD application status. Email written by Jessica Campbell to Kathy Stringer on Monday, March 10th, 5:02 p.m. Hello, Kathy. I hope this finds you well. I'm writing you to again inquire as to the status of my son Jude Campbell's APD application. Safe hands. Safe body. Here is a summary of the application timeline for ease of reference. I submitted Jude's application online on December 9th, 2024. 3 days later, I received a request for additional information, which I supplied on December 13th, day 4. On January 10th, 2025, day 32, you confirmed that you had all the required documentation and would send his case to be reviewed. On January 22nd, day 44, I requested via email that both Jude and my other son Isaac's APD applications be processed as crisis applications and submitted a letter from my Mayo Clinic psychiatrist as evidence of our need. I sent you an email requesting a status update on February 7th, day 60, and received no reply. Hey, body, you want a hug?
No!
Okay, then safe. Hands. Today, March 10th, 2025, is day 91. Am I correct in my understanding that the required eligibility determination review period for the APD waitlist is 60 days? Since I have not received a denial, am I to assume that Jude has been approved for the waitlist? No. To be clear, our family remains in crisis and is in desperate need of APD's crisis assistance for both our sons who are on the autism spectrum. Because of this ongoing crisis, I need to readdress the response you shared from Regional Operations Manager Leslie that our case was not expedited as a crisis application because APD is the payer of last resort, and we should be able to rely on Medicaid SMMC as our situation currently stands. That response was received on January 22nd of 2025. According to Florida Administrative Code R65G-1.047, a determination of crisis in the third priority category applies when the applicant's current caregiver is in extreme duress and is no longer able to provide for the applicant's health and safety because of illness, injury, or advanced age. The applicant needs immediate waiver services to remain living with the caregiver or to relocate to an alternative living arrangement. Do you want hugs? No! Safe hands, Jude. In such cases, the following indicia, supported by credible evidence, are relevant to a determination of crisis in this category. Other potential caregivers, such as another parent, step-parent, brother, sister, or other relative or person, are unavailable or are unwilling or unable to provide care. The caregiver's physical or mental condition prevents the provision of adequate care. The caregiver cannot provide sufficient care because of the age or size of the applicant or the physical, functional, or behavioral demands of the applicant. The caregiver's economic situation is unstable and unlikely to improve as a result of the caregiving demands of the applicant. The caregiver's obligations to the needs of other dependents prevent the caregiver from providing the applicant with adequate care, or the caregiver's obligation to care to the applicant places other dependents at risk of insufficient care. The individual requires services of greater intensity. We are able to make a case for each of the above-mentioned indicia and believe we qualify for crisis status according to Florida law. One of the most significant differences between APD's HCBS waiver when compared to statewide Medicaid managed care, LTC, is that our developmentally disabled children under the APD waiver would each be considered a family of one with only their assets and their income considered when determining economic eligibility by DCF. In order to be eligible for the current SMMC coverage, our family's income is limited to under $41,000 a year. According to a recent article in the St. John Citizen, For a family of 4 to live comfortably in St. Johns County, a household income of $132,424 is required. The extreme income limit tied to the SMMC has forced us into poverty and will require us to stay here simply to keep the boys' SMMC disability services intact. My husband and I have always taken our responsibility to provide for our family very seriously. We are educated entrepreneurs who have the desire, expertise, and opportunity to work in such a way that provides a livable income for a typical family of 4. However, as we have proven, our family is far from typical, and our freedom to work is severely limited because our children with developmental disabilities need Medicaid services to address their unique needs. Not only that, but the significant additional needs for care that both of our autistic children have forced me out of the paid workforce, further exacerbating the economic challenges that we face every day. Safe hands. You need to have safe hands. Safe hands. Do you want to rock? Come here. Come here.
No.
No? Okay. No. Safe hands. Without the APD Home and Community-Based Services Waiver, our family's financial opportunities will continue to be severely limited, forcing us to struggle to make ends meet until our youngest son turns 21, 16 years from now, when our income will no longer be tied to his services. This is absurd. I know there are many developmentally disabled children in the state of Florida who have their parents' income waived under the APD HCBS waiver, and I would like an explanation as to why our boys do not qualify to be among them. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Kindly, Jessica Campbell. To whom it may concern, regarding the letter of support for Miss Jessica R. Campbell's urgent crisis-level request to obtain respite care and related help for her special needs children. I saw Mrs. Campbell for a consultation visit on October 1st, 2024. I saw her for a return visit today in my clinic. Patient has been diagnosed with the following: 1. Depression, major recurrent moderate. 2. Anxiety generalized disorder. 3. Somatic symptom disorder with predominant pain. 4. Postural tachycardia syndrome with orthostatic hypotension. 5. Other mitochondrial metabolism disorder. Symptoms of depression and anxiety have been severe in intensity. She has been experiencing burnout as a caregiver of 2 children with special needs. Despite optimal dosages of more than 1 antidepressant anti-anxiety medication, she continues to struggle with severe levels of depression and anxiety, which is causing functional impairment. This is evidenced by her self-report, clinical presentation, and scores on validated rating scales that are as follows. It will be exceedingly difficult to improve the quality of her mood if her caregiver burden remains as high as it has been. She urgently needs help for respite care. This would allow her to attend to her own mental and physical health needs, which in turn can optimize her caregiving abilities. I will greatly appreciate if you assign your highest possible priority to provide respite care and any available resources that can help the patient and her family take best possible care of their 2 young children at your earliest possible convenience. Cordially yours, Shahzad K. Niazi, Chair and Associate Professor of Psychiatry and Psychology, Mayo Clinic, Alick School of Medicine. Email response from Leslie Richards, Regional Operations Manager of the Northeast Region for the Agency for Persons with Disabilities. Received on March 11, 2025. Ms. Campbell, I sincerely apologize for the delay in our response. Unfortunately, our psychological team is currently operating at 50% capacity, which has impaired our ability to meet the usual timelines. While being outside of our standard timeframes does not automatically determine eligibility, it does reflect our current circumstances, and we sincerely regret any inconvenience this may have caused. Please note that if your son is found eligible, he will be placed on a wait list for services. I have reviewed the Medicaid system and confirmed that your son is eligible for Medicaid, which will be the funding source for his care. If you feel that you are not receiving the full benefits of this program, I encourage you to contact your child's care coordinator for further assistance. In reference to your mention of the 3rd priority for crisis enrollment, this applies to situations where parents are unable to provide care due to age, illness, or injury. If a health emergency results in these circumstances, enrollment under this category may be an option. Again, I apologize for the delay, and we are committed to improving our response times. Thank you for your understanding. Leslie.
I saved my life. No, I don't want to hold your hand or hug. I hate you and everything that you have. Your house, your life, your voice, your face. I hate you from your tip to your bottom. I hate you from tip to your toe. Hate everywhere. On you. In you. Your personality. I hate everything. You won't even help me when I need most of my help.
Isaac, I'm right here to help you right now.
But I don't want to.